Good afternoon, and welcome to Lakehead University's 52nd Annual Convocation Ceremony. My name is Dean Jobin Bevins, and it is my pleasure to welcome distinguished guests, friends and family of our graduating students here today to celebrate together their many accomplishments. Before we start with the official part of the ceremony, I would like to take a few minutes to tell you about what you can expect this afternoon. In a moment, you will be asked to stand as the convocation ceremony will officially begin with the academic procession. On your right, graduands from the Faculty of Business, Faculty of Engineering, Faculty of Law, and Faculty of Medicine will file into the academic procession. On your left, the mace bearer will lead the procession for the podium party, comprised of Lakehead University faculty members, members of the Board of Governors, fellows of the university, vice presidents and deans, honored guests, the university president and vice chancellor, and the university chancellor. The order of proceedings will continue as shown in your program on page 5. Before the graduates cross the stage to receive their degrees, we will begin by honoring our distinguished guests, starting with the conferment of an honorary degree of Doctor of Laws upon the Honorable Jean Charest. An honorary degree is an academic degree given to an individual nominated by the members of the Lakehead University Senate and is granted to an individual who has demonstrated a significant contribution to the advancement of knowledge, to the welfare of humankind, and to Lakehead University in an important and significant way. The ceremony will then continue with recognition of other special guests with us here today. Following this, it will be time to confer Lakehead University degrees on our graduating students. We recognize that this will be a truly memorable moment for our graduates and for their family and invited guests. During this time, all students will be asked to stand so that a request might be made of the Chancellor to admit the graduates. Each graduate will then have the opportunity to cross the stage after their name has been read, to shake the hand of the Chancellor, to have their picture taken, and then to receive congratulations from their faculty dean. We ask that you hold your applause until all graduates have had the opportunity to cross the stage. Once all degrees have been conferred, the President and Chancellor will close the ceremony, after which time the podium party and the graduates will process out of the auditorium. Please remain standing until all members of the academic procession have left and all have exited the auditorium. Following the procession, we invite you to join our graduates to offer your congratulations, as well as a sweet treat, the Persian, a Thunder Bay delicacy. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank Lakehead alumna Nancy Wallace, our organist for our convocation ceremony. Shortly, Nancy will be joined by fellow Lakehead alumni Joseph Petch and Rebecca Krawczak on the trumpet for the processional, marking the official start of this ceremony. May I be the first to congratulate our graduates and distinguished guests on their success and welcome today. I hope that you will enjoy the ceremony and remember that the celebration is also for you in recognition of the many ways in which you have demonstrated your support for our students on their path that has led them to this moment in time. At Lakehead University, we acknowledge that your support was a crucial part of their success. Once again, welcome to Lakehead University's 52nd Annual Convocation Ceremony. Let's get started. I would ask that you remain standing while I invite Mr. Robert Perrier forward to lead us in the singing of our national anthem.
Stand on God for thee. God keep our land. Glory high. Oh, Canada, we stand on God for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on God for thee.
Bonjour, Wache, Sego, Washte. Greetings, Earthlings. I was asked to keep it short, so I will. And to mention that, to say thank you for people coming from faraway exotic places like Dorian, Ignace, Mine Center. But that's a northern joke. But we are delighted that you came here today to observe this special occasion for our students. I just love our students, when commencement and now convocation, to see them grow and learn and become part of our community. Mujo Gichimantu Kanagaman Nukam Gigisha Nshomazak Nukomazak Minwa Abenojin Washa Abenojin Mashakwa Nagizis Mino Bimatsoin. I thank the Creator for this day, for our children and our grandchildren, for our ancestors and all that we have, and especially for the students that you have allowed to come here to be amongst us. Bless them and keep them strong and healthy and a long life. And for their families that came here to visit and be with them on this special occasion, give them safe passage home until we meet again. Miwe, miigwech, woshna.
You may now be seated. Thank you.
Gentlemen, I am very pleased to announce that the 52nd Convocation is now open.
Mr. Chancellor, graduates, faculty and staff, family, friends, and distinguished guests. Welcome to Lakehead University's 52nd. À nos invités distingués, les parents et membres de famille, les amis, et en particulier ceux et celles qui seront bientôt diplômés, je vous souhaite bienvenue. I'd like to acknowledge the original custodians of this land and pay my respects to the elders, past, present, and future. For they hold the memories, the traditions, the culture, and the hopes of Aboriginal peoples. I would also like to acknowledge that this gathering is being held on the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe people. The Fort William First Nation, Treaty 3, Treaty 9, the Métis Nation of Ontario, and the 1850 Robinson Superior Treaty Area. Ani bojo wachiye kiniwia, migwich gabishayeng nongom gagishiak, ndameduwindan jitsi aki. Fort William First Nation, Treaty 3, Treaty 9, the Métis Nation of Ontario, 1850 Robinson Superior Treaty Area. Mr. Chancellor, it is my privilege to introduce the members of the Platform Party for today's convocation. These members are recognized for the support and contributions they have made to Lakehead University. To the members of the Platform Party, please stand as I announce your name or the area that you represent. Dr. Glenna Knudsen, Mace Bearer. Dr. Roger Strasser, Dean, Northern Ontario School of Medicine. Professor Angelique Eaglewoman, Dean, Boralaskan Faculty of Law. Dr. David Barnett, Dean, Faculty of Engineering. Dr. Varam Dagostar, Dean, Faculty of Business Administration. Dr. Chander Shahi, Dean, Faculty of Graduate Studies. Dr. Andrew Dean, Vice President, Research and Innovation. We have a lot of deans, as you can see, especially deans called Dean. It's very confusing. Mr. Worry Wahlberg, Chair, Lakehead University Board of Governors. The Honorable Madam Justice Joyce Elder, Senior Regional Justice, Ontario Court of Justice. The Honorable Madam Justice Helen Pierce. We have a very special treat for you today because we have two former chancellors that have come back to us. The first one is the Honorable Dr. Lois Wilson, past Lakehead University Chancellor, and Dr. Arthur Morrow, past Lakehead University Chancellor. Then our very own Dr. Derek Dr. Moira McPherson, Provost and Vice President Academic. Dr. Kim Fedderson, Principal, Aurelia Campus. Charest, 2016 Honorary Degree Recipient. The Honorable Bill Morrow, MPP Thunder Bay Atikokan, and Minister of Natural Resources and Forestry. The Honorable Michael Gravel, MPP Thunder Bay Superior North and Minister of Northern Development and Mines. Ms. Deb Kamusi, Vice President External Relations. Ms. Kathy Posahun, Vice President Administration and Finance. The Honorable Murray Sinclair, Senator from Manitoba and former Chair of the Indian Residential Schools Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Our very own and favorite Mr. Jerry Martin, our elder. And another Dean, Dr. Dean Jobin Bevans, Interim Dean, Faculty of Social Science and Humanities. Dr. Michel Bedard, Interim Dean, Faculty of Health and Behavioral Sciences. Dr. Todd Randall, Acting Dean, Faculty of Science and Environmental Studies. Dr. John O'Mara, Dean, Faculty of Education. Ms. Lisa Phillips, past Acting Dean of the Boralaskan Faculty of Law, and to whom we owe a lot of debt for working so hard with us this year. Ms. Bonnie Patterson, 2016 Honorary Degree Candidate. Dr. Bob Ray, past Honorary Degree Recipient. Janet Miner, Treasurer, Law Society of Upper Canada. Rennie Larson, President, Thunder Bay Law Association and Northwest Regional Representative of the Federation of Ontario Law Associations. Mr. Lou Perro, President, Lakehead University Alumni Association. Could I ask all of the Lakehead University Board of Governors, past and present, to stand? And I want you recognize them with some applause, because these are the people that volunteer on your behalf and the community to make the university run. If all the past board members, please stand up. All the past and present Board of Governors members. You see, they don't take instructions very well, but they sure know how to give them. So, I would also like to have all of the fellows, past and present fellows, to please stand up. Anybody who's getting fellowship today, and all the past. Lakehead University senators, if you would all senators, would you please like to stand? Anybody who sits on Senate. Faculty and staff who are on the stage or in the audience, to please stand for a moment. Faculty and staff of Lakehead University, please stand. These, ladies and gentlemen, are the people that work so hard to make this university work, and to give instruction and create knowledge for our institution and then disseminate it. So thank you very much. Mr. Chancellor, it is my honor to introduce the Honorable Bill Morrow, MPP, Thunder, the honorary degree recipient.
Thank you, President and Vice Chancellor Stevenson. It is a bit discouraging here for me today to introduce our next guest, because unfortunately I can't, not even in part, give my introduction in French. It wasn't for a lack of trying. I would say, Mr. Charest, I actually achieved a pretty good standing in my high school French, about 80%. My problem was that about 20% of that was in grade 9 and 20% of it was in grade 10, and so Jean Charest has lived a rare and rich political life, where his great determination, resilience, and leadership qualities came to the fore and led to accomplishments that will serve future generations. Born in Sherbrooke in 1958, he was admitted to the Quebec Bar in 1981 and practiced law in his hometown until 1984. Elected to the House of Commons at 26, he became the youngest federal cabinet minister in Canadian history 2 years later. In 1995, when he was the leader of the Federal Progressive Conservatives, he campaigned alongside Quebec Liberal Party leader Daniel Johnson for the No forces in the second Quebec referendum on sovereignty, and played a significant role in keeping Quebec within Canada. He was 39 when he became leader of the Quebec Liberal Party on April 30th, 1998, 2 months after the departure of Johnson. In the following election, the Liberals garnered more votes than the PQ, but fewer seats. In November, he was sworn in the National Assembly as the head of a caucus of 48 Liberal members. In the general election of 2003, his 4 years of laying the political groundwork paid off, and he became the Premier of Quebec until 2012. As Premier, the economy was at the heart of his priorities, which saw fewer numbers of citizens on social assistance. The Charest government also set in place family policies among the most generous in the world. The elderly benefited from unprecedented policies that aimed to sustain and protect them. Society's most vulnerable also enjoyed unfettered access to health care, thanks to massive investments in hospitals and the training and development of doctors and nurses. Quebec's youth attended renovated schools that offered more hours of education with fewer students per class. And from grade 1 on, students were exposed to the teaching of English as a second language. Charest remains one of Canada's most recognized politicians, and it is my pleasure now to introduce our honorary degree recipient, the Honorable Jean Charest.
Mr. Chancellor, it is my great privilege and pleasure to request, on behalf of the Senate of Lakehead University, that you confer on the Honorable Jean Charest the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, it is a personal delight to admit you, Jean Charest, to the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
I also, as I begin my remarks, wish to acknowledge a few people. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. Burney, I want to acknowledge the past chancellors who honor us and honor me with their presence today, and I'm deeply touched that they would be with us. Also, I wish to acknowledge Mr. Stevenson and also the members of the faculty, deans who are with us. In particular, because I'm receiving an honorary doctorate from the Faculty of Law, Angelique Eagle will be about in a few minutes from now. And I do want to acknowledge the past Premier of Ontario and very well-known political figure, and also a past person who has received an honorary doctorate, Dr. Robert Bob Ray. And I also wish to recognize all those of you who have joined the graduates today, families and the teachers and staff. Bozo, Jean Charest, Nidishi Nikas, Nimi no Wendan, Ohoma, Kawayan, Thunder Bay, Anishinaabe, Fort William. Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, c'est pour moi un très grand honneur de recevoir ce doctorat honorifique de l'Université Lakehead et de le faire pour la graduation d'étudiants qui sont à la fois en business, en ingénierie, en droit et de la faculté de médecine. So I'm very privileged to be with you today and acknowledge the students who will be graduating in business and engineering and law and medicine. I'm deeply touched by the honor that you've conferred upon me. The unique and very special circumstances of the convocation ceremony enhance how privileged I am to witness, to participate in the very first graduation ceremony of Lakehead University's Faculty of Law. There are reasons why this ceremony, why this very specific moment of your life is marked by pageantry. There are reasons why there was an Aboriginal blanket ceremony for some of our graduates yesterday. This day is for you. It's for your family and your friends, for the faculty members of your departments, and for all of you, this is a very special moment. You are the first in Canada to graduate from an integrated practice curriculum in the Faculty of Law. You are the first students to graduate from this university and from any Canadian university I know of with training that has prepared you to serve the people of Northern Canada and of Northern Ontario in particular with specialized training in small and sole practice of law, natural resources-based law, and Aboriginal and Indigenous law. You have been chosen. Chosen to be the advocates of social justice, chosen to support and lead economic development. You've been chosen because you are already, at this point in your life, leaders in your community. There are 4 subjects that I want to touch upon in my remarks: leadership, the importance of northern communities, the few lessons in life, and a few words about Canada. I want to start with leadership. When asked about his choice to study law at Lakehead University and to be part of the charter graduating class, your fellow Lake Chief, Adam Fiddler, who happens also to be a father and a grandfather and the oldest student of his class, remarked that he believed in leadership by example. Chief Fiddler, are you with us today? And if you are, could you rise, please, so that I could see you? Congratulations. That daily living example of leadership is embodied in the life and in the work of a very young Aboriginal woman, Dean of Law, Angelique Eaglewoman. She is the first to lead a faculty of law, and in this respect is breaking new ground. On leadership, do not allow yourself to feel intimidated or overwhelmed by the expectations that we are going to lay on your shoulders today. Other great Canadians from this community and everywhere have come before you. They faced the daunting challenges of their generation and showed themselves to be exceptional leaders. The Right Honourable Bora Laskin, to whose memory you've dedicated the name of your law school, became Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Canada. In fact, I remember studying his rulings when I was a law student in Sherbrooke, Quebec, in my faculty of law at my alma mater. In this hall today, there are many leaders. I want to speak to 3 of them, and I also want to acknowledge those who are still in office. I'm thinking of Senator Sinclair, who's just recently joined the Senate after serving Canada in an extraordinary capacity as chairing this Reconciliation Commission. To Michael Gravel, who's been a long-standing member of the legislature, and to Minister Morrow, who has been kind enough to introduce me. But I want to single out 3 people that I know a little better in regards to their leadership. Dr. Bob Rae has made a remarkable contribution to public life. He has served in federal politics and served as Premier of Ontario, and then returned to federal politics and served as leader of the Liberal Party of Canada. Changed parties, went federal, provincial. Sounds familiar. I've often crossed paths with Bob Rae. During difficult debates about the future of Canada, his personal contribution and thoughtful, generous approach made a significant difference in keeping Canada united as a country. I want to take this opportunity today to thank him on behalf of all of us who care about the future of Canada. He owes everything to his wife, Arlene. The second person I wanted to mention is Arthur Morrow. Dr. Arthur Morrow, who was a past Chancellor, who preceded Derek Burney here in 2010 and 2012, who I had the privilege of knowing as Minister of Economic Development, Federal Minister, because he chaired a committee, a national committee about interprovincial trade barriers. It is under Dr. Morrow's leadership that this new faculty of law was created. Dr. Arthur Morrow has been one of the greatest business that I want to single out is Chancellor Derek Burney. I've had the privilege of working with Dr. Burney, one of the most talented and influential public servants of his generation. And today, I want to thank him for what I've learned from Derek Burney, even though he wasn't always nice to me. He was effective, and he defended Canada with gusto and made a sincere and real difference in this country. So to you and Art Morrow, thank you very much on behalf of Canadians for your leadership. I now want to make a few remarks about northern communities. As Canadians who have chosen to live in the north and build northern Canada, you may from time to time find it difficult to attract the attention and the support of governments, business leaders, and your fellow citizens to the south. And I'm not talking about Mr. Gravel or Morrow, who worked very hard for you. But I'm talking about the reality of politics where the force and the significance of numbers mean something. If you're a smaller population, well, it's not the same as being within a big city. But let me share with you a very well-kept secret about communities. You are a source of wealth and job creation for all of Canada. And most of all, for all of Canada's biggest cities. There are literally thousands and thousands of Canadians who have very well-paid jobs in Toronto, Montreal, Winnipeg, and Vancouver because of you. They are notably lawyers, accountants, manufacturers, engineers, bankers, wholesalers. Here in the north. You are to Canada a reservoir of economic growth, and without you, Canada's economy runs dry. So the next time you come across a well-intentioned complains about how expensive it is to support a northern community, you may want to take a moment to commiserate and to tell them that you know exactly how they feel, because you carry the heavy burden of keeping all these people on Bay Street in meaningful employment. You could concede, to be nice of them, that you do have the advantage of going fishing. I now want to address myself directly to the graduating class and share with you a few thoughts about author André Mauroy. André Mauroy wrote a short letter to the next generation of Europeans after the Second World War. It's a poignant letter, and one that you'll excuse the fact that he uses the word men systematically. It was written in 1945, so please interchange the word. In his letter, he says this: "Once you have succeeded, do not forget that human victories are merely partial and temporary. Nothing in the affairs of this world is solved forever. There is no triumph which determines our distant future. No treaty can forever settle the relationships among nations, nor their geographical borders. No revolution can establish an eternally happy society. Avoid the hope that a man or a generation will have the right to enjoy a life of rest once they have fulfilled their duty. This stage of life only ends at dusk. Do not be rushed. Fortune and fame born in an instant is also you will encounter obstacles and challenges. The battle will harden you. At 50 or 60 years of age, you will acquire the powerful and rough appearance of old stormed, battered rocks. The hostile world will shape you. You will become characters, but also you will have character, and the tides of opinion will make you smile. When we're young, everything seems terrible. The first obstacles seem like insults, and human malice may shock you. Ensure that you have internal fortitude against all cruelty. In their deepest thoughts, every man can build a shelter that defies the most effective weapons and the most poisonous words. What fears a heart at peace with itself? No persecution, no slander can weaken the testimony that the heart gives to its innermost thoughts. Finally, be modest and be bold. Love, think, work, lead. All these things are difficult, and over the course of your earthly existence, you will not accomplish any of them as perfectly as you dreamed of in your adolescence. But regardless of how difficult they seem, they are not by any means impossible. Before you, generations of men have accomplished them, and wisely or poorly, those men journeyed through the narrow light of life between two deserts of shadows. What are you afraid of? The roll is short, and the public is mortal as you are. Finally, I want to say a word about Canada. I have dedicated my political idea of Canada itself. Through election campaigns and referendums, it seems that whatever the circumstances, the unity of Canada was at stake. I want to make one point. If citizenship were a lottery, you and I have won first prize. To the graduating class of 2016 of Lakehead University, I want to charge you with one mission. It is your solemn duty to pass on this country to your children so that the next generation can enjoy the great privilege of being. Thank you.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce one of our soon-to-be newest graduates, Mr. Derek Wenzel. Today, Derek will be receiving his Master's of Science in Management to share with the graduating class of 2016.
Thank you. Gandhi once said, "You must be the change you wish to see in the world." Chancellor Burney, President and Vice Chancellor Stevenson, members of the Lakehead University Board of Governors, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, and fellow graduates. It is an absolute honor to stand here today before my peers, professors, family, and friends as a voice of the class of 2016. I would like to offer my sincere graduating today. And today is a day to celebrate our accomplishments. A question that I'd like to pose to all of those graduates today. Ask yourself, are you the same person today as you were on day one of this program? The answer is likely no. Beyond the class time, assignments, and tests, each day brought a new opportunity to discover who we are and what we value in ourselves and the people we surround ourselves with. Our graduation today signifies only one chapter in a life of self-discovery. So you graduated. Now what? I'd like to make a suggestion. Continue learning. But please, don't mistake this as a recommendation to head right back to school. I'm proposing that we all continue to learn about ourselves and this unbelievable world that we live in. The beauty, the hardship, and the people. Travel. Take a jump into the unknown. Hitting the road offers life lessons, challenging experiences, and an opportunity to expand your consciousness of how the world works outside of your comfort zone. I've personally found that it is also an incredible source of inspiration and motivation. These experiences help build character, increase our capacity to empathize, and to understand the challenges before us. We are the next generation to inherit this beautiful and complex world, and it's important to grasp the complexities and issues that we face. Yet experience and personal growth can be done in many ways. I'd like to make another suggestion. Volunteer. If you know what you're passionate about, whether it's environment, coaching a sports team, or applying the knowledge learned here at Lakehead University, get into the community and support your cause. In doing so, you'll be provided the opportunity to meet new, incredible people. Now, what I'm about to say may go against the life lesson your parents taught you all growing up. You are allowed to talk to strangers. You never know who you'll meet volunteering or even backpacking through Australia. There is an undeniable connection we all share, and through friendly conversation, your life can change in an instant. But here I am getting all preachy. The future is upon us, and today it is our day. Yet today is also a day to give thanks to those who supported us along the way. Family, friends, professors, and organizations that spent their time, money, and effort helping us reach our goal, graduating from this great university. Offer them a sincere thank you to show someone you truly appreciate his or her effort. Without their compassionate support, many of us may not even be sitting here today. Now, I'd like to end this quote with a quote that I feel signifies the situation our generation is faced with when making and being the positive change that's needed. And I hope you all consider these wise words when faced with obstacles and challenges in the future. Scott's do not just go away. They must be worked through, or else they will remain forever a barrier to growth and development. Remember, class, we are the solution, and we will be the change that's needed. Thank you, and good luck to all the graduates of the class of 2016.
Mr. Chancellor, seated on this stage are tomorrow's physicians, business leaders, engineers, and lawyers. They are the people who will heal others. They are the people who will grow our region's economy. They are the people who will design and build the tools and structures of tomorrow. And they are the people who will bring justice to those who need it. Ladies and gentlemen, while I suspect that you have already been doing so since these ceremonies began, I invite you to take another long look at these graduates. They will never be the same after today. Because of them, our world will never be the same. It will be better. Graduates, each of you has worked so very hard for today. You are quite literally steps from a watershed moment in your life. You will hear your name, you will shake the hand of our Chancellor, and then you will take hold of your hard-earned university degree. It is the proud end to an exceptional history. Your most recent years have been spent seeking knowledge, obtaining knowledge, questioning knowledge, and gaining wisdom. You have been challenged, you have struggled, and you have overcome. While helping to prepare you for your future, our university has also achieved. In 2015, Lakehead University was ranked Canada's #1 university for research in its category. A distinction affirming that we are providing our students the education and tools they need in order to be at the forefront of both innovation and discovery. A distinction affirming that our faculty are generating knowledge and disseminating it to our students and to the world. For example, our Faculty of Engineering has been producing award-winning students for decades. Last November, a team of chemical engineering students took first place in the SNC-Lavalin undergraduate plant design competition with their design of a facility that directs waste plastics away from landfills by converting them into high-value products. Our civil engineering students consistently outperform universities from around the world. For the third year in a row, our team of civil engineering students placed first at the regional qualifier student steel bridge competition, qualifying them to compete in the national competition. Our students succeed not only because they are trained in the technical aspects of engineering, they succeed because they are educated in the ethical and social challenges that they will encounter. Our Faculty of Business Administration give our university, our students, and our thousands of alumni around the world one more thing to be proud of. The faculty's focus on excellence has earned it a very special designation from the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business, the much coveted AACSB accreditation. It took over, yes, a round of applause for that one. It took over 6 years and the resolve of countless students, faculty, and Northwestern Ontario business community members working together towards this shared goal. Only 5% of the world's business schools carry this highly prized designation, and now all our Faculty of Business Administration graduates can add this accreditation to their resumes. Lakehead is taking the lead in providing access to justice. From sea to sea to sea, the Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal peoples whose access to the law is limited or unreachable. At this convocation ceremony, we're honored to be celebrating the graduation of our charter class of students from the Bora Alaskan Faculty of Law. Our unique Faculty of Law was born and shaped by Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal leaders. Those leaders established it as a place where we now focus legal professionals in the areas of law and sole practitioner and small practice law. This year, the Federation of Law Societies of Canada confirmed full approval of the faculty's Juris Doctor program. This marks the faculty's transition from a newly minted JD program to one that is fully accredited and recognized as one of Canada's common law schools. And this year, our faculty welcomed its new dean, a woman, the first female Aboriginal Dean of Law in Canada. Like our Faculty of Law, the Northern Ontario School of Medicine sets itself apart. Last fall, NOSM celebrated its 10th anniversary. Hard to believe. NOSM has set itself apart because of its partnerships between Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal communities and organizations, and has set the standard for socially accountable medical education. After 10 exceptional years, NOSM students in medicine train in more than 90 communities covering over 820,000 square kilometers. 92% of NOSM medical students are from Northern Ontario. The remaining 8% are from other rural and remote areas of Canada. 94% of NOSM's ND graduates who completed their residency with NOSM are now practicing medicine in Northern Ontario. This year, as in previous years, all NOSM students were matched to residency in the first round of the Canadian Residence Matching Service, a level of matching success that has not happened in any other medical school in Canada for over 20 years. And I'm just getting started here. And a clear sign that Canadian residency programs want NOSM graduates, which is what we want. Throughout these accomplishments, faculty, staff, and students at Lakehead have sought knowledge, obtained knowledge, questioned knowledge, and gained wisdom. These most recent years of Canada's history, though, have also been about seeking knowledge, obtaining knowledge, questioning knowledge, and gaining wisdom. Earlier, I acknowledged the traditional Aboriginal lands upon which this auditorium, our university, and the great city of Thunder Bay reside. I would like to take this moment to acknowledge that other exceptional individuals could have walked across this stage. However, they were never given the chance. Their stories came to an end in residential schools far from their families and far from hope. Those marked by this period in our history continue to face challenges and continue to struggle. Thanks to the commissioners of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, the Honourable Mr. Justice Murray Sinclair, now Senator Sinclair, Dr. Marie Wilson, and Chief Wilton Littlechild, we now have an historic report filled with many of those stories. Those stories are about survivors who were and are challenged, of survivors who did and continue to struggle, and of survivors who have yet to overcome. Indeed, the publication of that report marked a watershed moment in our country's history. During Senator Sinclair's remarks about the report, he said, and I quote, "We owe it to each other to build a Canada based on our shared future, a future of healing and trust," end of quote. 6 months ago, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission issued 94 calls for action in its report. Even before the release of that milestone report, Lakehead University took steps towards reconciliation between Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal peoples. We did so by becoming the first post-secondary institution in Canada to require that all undergraduate programs included the equivalent of 18 hours of Aboriginal content. We did this not only because 11% of our students self-identify as Aboriginal, from having a deeper understanding and respect for our diverse fellow citizens. I cannot think of a better group of people to entrust our shared future than the graduates that we are celebrating today. Lakehead University is proud to be an inclusive, safe place that welcomes and nurtures each and every student within our rich and diverse university community. That invaluable experience has made our graduates ready to be leaders in a world rich with diversity. Graduates, you're about to show everyone in this auditorium and everyone in this world not only what you are capable of, but what all of you are capable of. All of us can achieve together. Our graduates, who count themselves among our almost 60,000 alumni around the world, have proven that they have various exceptional abilities. To be the impetus for change in the world of tomorrow, to be the impetus for challenging and seeking truth, and to be the impetus for reconciliation between peoples. As we move from the truth to the reconciliation process with First Nations, Métis, and Inuit, we as a community and we as a university must also move from seeking knowledge to challenging knowledge, from gaining knowledge to exercising wisdom, and from learning the truth to practicing reconciliation. The wisdom we must all gain will be to never repeat the mistakes of the past and contribute to reconciliation. Graduates, I am joined by a great number of people who are very proud of you today. On behalf of all of them, congratulations to each and every one of you. Because of you, our world will never be the same. It will only be better. Thank you. Mr. Chancellor, it is my great privilege and pleasure to introduce Audrey DeRoy. Audrey is a Lakehead graduate with a Bachelor of Arts in Indigenous Learning and a Bachelor of Education degree. Today, she's here to join us in honoring our graduates with an honor song. Audrey.
Bonjour, Gishimanato, Nokmis, Mishomis, Nijimigunikindigo, Washkashnando dem, Anizadakunnindoji. I am humbled here today to render a drum honor song to the graduating students. I apologize for having my back to you. It's an honor. The song talks about the strength, the courage, you know, the commitment to complete something that you've started, to be strong. Aho chimigwech. I give thanks to the elders in the room and for Lakehead University for inviting me out here today. Aho. Chimigwich, to the graduating students, be strong, and that's in so many ways what strength is, and to be strong. So Chimigwich for fulfilling your vision and your dream. Aha, Miigwich.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present Dr. Dean Jobin Bevans, who will introduce the candidates for degrees and diplomas.
I would like to request that all the graduands please stand. Mr. Chancellor, on the recommendation of the Senate of the University, I present to you the candidates who have fulfilled the academic requirements for degrees and diplomas and have complied with all requisites of the University. Mr. Chancellor, will you admit these graduates?
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I admit each of you as graduates of this university.
You may be seated. Thank you. Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Business Administration, I have the honor to present the master's graduates from the faculty and to introduce Dr. Shander Shahi, Dean of the Faculty of Graduate Studies, who will congratulate each graduate. Hooding will be done by Dr. Abaram Dagustar, Dean of the Faculty of Business Administration. We begin with the Master of Business Administration, Ayman Alamar. Catherine Clara. Markiana Katarina Huzan. Rui Liu. Debbie Miller. Eric Nyemi. Tasha Orasi. Madison Rizzuto. Tong Tong Wang. That concludes the Master of Business Administration. We continue now with the Master of Science and Management. Christina Brassard. Marlene Green. Wenxer Liu. Alexandra McIver. Derek Wenzel, winner of the President's Award. Xiaodi Yan. Shui-Yi Chao, concluding the Master of Science in Management. Mr. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the Master's graduates from the Faculty of Business Administration. I have the honor to present the undergraduate graduates from the faculty. Dr. Baum Dagustar will congratulate each graduate. We continue now with honors of Bachelor of Commerce, Justin Affleck. Marcus Agumbar. Paul Agostino. Kellen Answorth. Shayla Baranik. Andrew Krupi. Nicholas Di Matteo, winner of the Dean Braun Medal for the Faculty of Business Administration. Megan Ellis. Quinn Fonso. Peter Gamboa. Kaylin Hellinga. Aaron Ilchison. Zachary Prevost Lapage. Larissa Jones. Sheldon Legary. Colin Merrill. Alexander Martin. Adam Mace. Darcel Malani. Andrew Morden. Courtney Nick. Amanda Paquette. Jordan Potter. Ryan Potter. Amanda Poulter. Laura Randall, winner of the Dean Scholar Award for Honors Bachelor of Commerce. Vanessa Robin. Nicole Rupert. Kristen Schutte. Kyle Sitch. Derek Smith. Nicole Smith. Nicole Spencer. Evan Speziale. Caitlin Janelle Staskell. Samantha Stovall. Justin Tomic. Katrina Talikainen. Elizabeth Vanderway. Sarah Weatherby. Alyssa Westerback. Eric Zablotny, concluding the Honors Bachelor of Commerce. We continue with the Bachelor of Business Administration, Sarah Boucher. Courtney Camlin. Ivor Hu. Regina Hunter. Elaine Lin. Alana Poehler. Caitlin Reeves. Shifeng Wong. Chelsea Warham. Haonan Chung. Concluding the Bachelor of Administration. Presentation of all the graduates from the Faculty of Business Administration. Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Engineering, I have the honor to present the master's graduates from the faculty and to introduce Dr. Chandra Shahi, Dean of the Faculty of Graduate Studies, who will congratulate each graduate. Hooding will be done by Dr. David Burnett, Dean of the Faculty of Engineering. Continuing with a Master of Science in Engineering. Hamid Amaraiti. Gautam Gajarwada. Stershen Jayakumaran. Midzanur Raman. Olsen Sagir. Ajan Farojan Sivanes. Xuan Ong. Yang Xiao. Concluding the Master of Science in Engineering. Mr. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of master graduates from the Faculty of Engineering. I have the honor to present the undergraduate graduates from the faculty. Dr. David. We start with the Bachelor of Engineering. Tanner Abelson, thank you. And Adams. Garo Arslanian. Mohammed Athar. Dominique Olagnon. Winner of the Dean Scholar Award for Mechanical Engineering. Lindsay Benoit. Brandon Biancospino. Nathan Blackmore. Pashkar Bora. Jason Brito. Michael Broche. John Brunetta. Connor Carr, winner of the Dean Scholar Award for Software Engineering. Dragan Chalan. Sarah Clark. Ryan Clausen. Joe Cody. Matthew Colline. Zachary Zaranecki, Corey D'Angelo, Ian Dornbush, Andrew Dale, winner of the Dean Scholar Award for Civil Engineering. Chomnoso Iguelec. Andrew Drinkwater. Adam Fell. Brendan Fitzgerald. Cassandra Fusato. Stephen Garo. Giselda Paredes. Tyler Gaspar. Kyle Gilhooly. Ian Grant. Lupen Habib. William Gray. Eric Hardy. Corey Hubbard. Colin Hunter. Antarpreet Kalaya. Jared Kapush. Brock Caston. Amadullah Kanjer. Stéphane Léonard Kujura. Corey Lamb. Jean Leblanc. Mathieu Lemieux. Nathan Lepoudre. Jacob Lesolé. Maggie McDonald. Owen Madagu. Guillermo Ilias. Daniel Mayel. David McKenna, winner of the Dean Scholar Award for Chemical Engineering. Chad McKinnon. Mitchell McNall. Colton Meaden. Venkatesh Ma. Samuel Merkel. Jordan Mitchellmore. Layla Miller. Alexander Moline. Nicholas Mosbeck. Michael Murphy. Keith Murray Sutcliffe. Pashma Nanyakara. Ten Nigo. Olson. Ron Ong. Brett Oistenson. Amber Lee Parton. Nicholas Renoff. Alistair Thup. Alexander Pierik. Jessica Rusney. Michael Sams. John Shiwe. Rajat Singh. Zeke Sador. Sakwanjot Singh. John Scrocky. Nikki Stein. Ursula Susanega. Natalie Sutherland. Alexander Sutty. Kyle Sheffs. Cassandra Lee Taha. Curtis Tenhave. Adriana Tika. Ming Tse. Cody Tomiuk. Tanner Valley. Kevin Van Velzen. Jonathan Vandermeer, winner of the Dean Braun Medal for the Faculty of Engineering. Cody Vanderswag. Ian Vanderdeen. Otar Velasquez Venegas. Blair Verregan. Nicholas Vazina. Natalie Velada Alfonso. Brian Watts. Adam White. Christopher Williams. Aaron Wanarski, concluding the Bachelor of Engineering. We continue now with the Diploma in Engineering Technology, Rajrup Seani. Mr. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of all the graduates from the Faculty of Engineering. Mr. Chancellor, I would now like to introduce the Dean of the Borlascan Faculty of Law, Angelique Eaglewoman, to share a message on behalf of the Chief Justice of Canada.
It is my honor to share this message with you from the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Canada to the 2016 Faculty of Law Charter Class. I regret that I am unable to be with you in person to congratulate the Borlascan Faculty of Law on your graduation from law school. A few words of congratulation with you in writing. Graduation from law school is a tremendous achievement. It isn't an easy. The workload is heavy and demanding. Long. Challenging. All this is as it should be, for the study of law is, first and foremost, preparation for the practice of law. And the public rightly expects a lot from lawyers learned in the law. They are expected to be scrupulously honest in all their dealings. And they are expected to work fearlessly in their clients' interests, while at the same time observing their overriding duties to the court, the profession, and the public. These are high expectations. Graduation from law school is the first sign of your ability to meet them. Today, you can feel justly proud. It is not only the graduates and their families who have occasion to be proud today. The Faculty of Law, the university as a whole, the City of Thunder Bay, and the entire community can feel a sense of achievement today. This law school was born of a desire by local lawyers, Indigenous groups, and other community members to respond to the particular legal challenges in rural communities. They envisaged a law school focused on access to justice, small firm practice, natural resources law, and Aboriginal law. Today, these efforts come to fruition for the first time. May they continue to do so for many years to come. My sincere congratulations to all of you on this memorable day. Yours truly, Beverly McLaughlin, Chief Justice of Canada.
Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Law, I now have the honor to present the graduates from the faculty and introduce Lisa Phillips, who will congratulate each graduate. Hooding will be done by Angelique Eaglewoman, Dean of the Borlascan Faculty of Law. Ayub Ansari. Robert Adetise. Sean Bell. Jessica Bryce. Kiara Burke. Kathleen Comiso. Carly Devoni. Jordan Darrow. Whitney Donnelly. Kaylee Dryla. Rebecca Duchalme. Jennifer Ellis. Patrick Fallon. Anna Fitzsimmons. Natalie Jane Gary. Hannah Gladstone. Ryan Green. Tara Hum. Lucas Jewett. Kelty John. Ryan Kelleher. Wesley Laverne. James Lazowski. Mark Longo. Kristen McDonald. Cameron Malcolm. Stanley Malouf. Blake McCullough. Elizabeth May McLeod. Theodora Millward. Allison Morris. Emily Morris. Alicia Musington. Warren Mauk. Shannon Maholland. Alicia Reitberger. David Pierce. Samantha Ramage. Rachel Rice. Monica Rodriguez. Melissa Ryan. Hank. Matthew Siddall. Robert Skeggs. Caitlin Spacek Berube. Larissa Speak, winner of the Dean's Medal for the Boralaskan Faculty of Law. Lauren Tarasak. Daniel Thorpe. Julia Tusa. Whitney Van Bellen. Emily Van Leeuwen. Mr. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Law. Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Medicine, I have the honor of presenting the graduates from the faculty and to introduce Dr. Roger Strasser, Dean of the Faculty, who will congratulate each graduate. Hooding will be done by Dr. David Musson. Erica Ellard Ehala. Zeo Apre Meon. John Gaspare Cocciamelio. Liliane De Mello. Robin Duffus. Adam Gerlach. Catherine Golding. Mallory Granholm, who in addition to graduating with a Doctor of Medicine will also be graduating with a Master of Public Health degree. Corbin Hart. Leah Johnson. Trista Lyon. Julia Mastrangelo. James McMahon. Zoe Mishano Furlot. Sean Miner. Victoria Murdoch. Jessica Nairn. Rosa Maria North. Alexandre Petican. Amanda Richer. Drew Spicer. Wilson Stevenson. Ben Stride Darnley. Aylin Torferson. Jessica Trent Tihan. Caitlin Alexandra Vanderbeck. Mr. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Medicine.
Well, that was great. I have a couple of updates. It was pointed out to me that I did introduce myself at the beginning, so in case you haven't seen your program, my name is Brian Stevenson. I'm the President Vice Chancellor of Lakehead University. And secondly, I made one little mistake when I introduced people. Dr. Michel Bedard, would you like to stand up for a second? I'm really going to embarrass him. As of 4 o'clock yesterday, he is our new dean and not acting dean anymore of our faculty. We're very honored that you've taken this post. Thank you very much. Mr. Chancellor, Andrea Tarsitano, Associate Vice Provost, Enrollment and Registrar, will now receive the degrees and diplomas on behalf of all absent students who have graduated today. Andrea. The weight is on her shoulders now. A big round of applause for those who couldn't make it. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present Dr. Andrew Turner, who will lead the graduates of the Faculty of Medicine in the recitation of the physician's oath.
Thank you very much. Gratefully, this is not the classic version of the Hippocratic Oath. It's an updated one. I often stumble through the classic one. At the time of being admitted as a member of the medical profession, I solemnly pledge myself to consecrate my life to the service of humanity, the respect and gratitude which is their due. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity. The health of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the secrets which are confided in me. I will maintain by all the means in my power the honor and the noble traditions of the medical profession. My colleagues will be my sisters and brothers. I will respect and value the lives of all persons. I will not discriminate against any person in my medical decisions. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life, even under threat. I will not use my medical knowledge for humanity. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce Mr. Lou Perro, the President of the Lakehead University Alumni Association.
Chancellor Burney, President and Vice Chancellor Stevenson, members of the Platform Party, faculty and staff, parents and guests of graduating students, and certainly most important, the graduating class of 2016. It's truly an honor for me to be here this afternoon in order to celebrate with you on your special day. It is also my privilege on behalf of 57,000 alumni stationed around the world to congratulate you and officially welcome you as a graduate into the Alumni Association of Lakewood University. This is another exciting year at Lakewood University. Not only are we celebrating your graduation this weekend, which is an important event in your lives and those associated with you, we as an association are very proud of the fact that chapters that exist in Canada and around the world. We believe that through chapter events in centers such as Vancouver, Calgary, Toronto, Simcoe County, Ottawa, Hong Kong, and Finland, our alumni members have opportunities to engage, celebrate, and share within their communities. We also believe that further expansion is critical to our successful delivery as an association. On behalf of the Alumni Association, I would like to congratulate Honorary Doctor of Laws recipient, the Honorable Jean Juris, and welcome you to the Alumni Association of Lakewood University. This is the third year that we, as an association, have presented to the graduates at Lakewood University Alumni Scarf. It signifies you graduated from Lakewood University and also represents a warm welcome to Lakewood University's Alumni Association as a graduate. We strongly believe it is a symbol of your graduation and has become a tradition of Lakewood University's convocation ceremonies. Wear it with pride, stay in touch, follow our association through our website, social media, and our newly branded magazine, Journey. It is our hope that we can write an article about you in the Alumni magazine as you continue on your journey. Once again, congratulations on your achievement that was recognized today with the granting of your degree. Your uniqueness will come from what you value, the path you follow, and the decisions you make. Follow your passion and your dreams. We as an association wish you well in the next step of your journey. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'd like to thank you for being who you are. Thank you.
Mr. Chancellor, well, we're now almost at the end, but I'm going to ask for a special favor. I would like all of the graduates to please stand up. Stretch your legs a little bit, stand up for a second. And I want you to face all those people in the audience who have been with you throughout this adventure, who have supported you, parents, friends, spouses, relatives. Give them a standing ovation now. Oh, now come on, louder, louder. Sorry, you got this wrong. I want the students to give you a standing ovation. So I want to hear really loud applause from all the graduates, please. It is you who we are celebrating out there. Thank you very much. So don't start renting out that extra room. They may be back. I'm just saying, you know. So, Mr. Chancellor, that concludes the activities for this afternoon.
Well, we're almost there, but for all of you who I've now had the pleasure of meeting personally on the stage, I want to say this is a most happy day. You did it, so congratulations. Nelson Mandela once said that education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. I agree. And as a Canadian, and as Jean Juris said in his remarks, I also know from my own experience that you have more opportunity to do something great with that weapon than those in any other country that I know of. Now, I'm in the fourth quarter of my life. Most of you are in your first, but you now have the essential ingredient to shape your life, your future, and that of your country. So make the most of it. I hope that the knowledge you have gained in whatever field will inspire curiosity above all. Curiosity that leads to ideas and innovation about the things you will produce or the actions you will take to help make our society better. As my wife Joan's favorite author, Dorothy Sayers, once observed, the sole true end of education is simply this: to teach men and women how to learn for themselves. I also like the Wharton School in Philadelphia's 3 principles for success: patience, persistence, and passion. With patience comes wisdom. With perseverance comes determination. And with passion comes desire. You can sit down now, by the way. But that's a powerful combination that will serve you well in your career. Keep in mind, too, what Steve Jobs of Apple said: the only way to do great work is to love what you do. And if you do not find it, keep looking. Now, family, as has already been said, will be your anchor and your rudder throughout life. And I want to thank each of the parents and all the families who are here who have done so much to make today a reality for each of you, as Brian Stevenson just did. So well done, parents and family. You did it too. But if you think your job is done, think again. As a father of 4 and a grandfather of 15, I can assure you that parenting is a lifetime responsibility, one that keeps on giving and giving. Just last month, at around 10 o'clock one evening, our youngest son arrived at our home in Ottawa with his wife and family of 3 children. They had been evacuated from their home in nearby Chelsea because of toxic fumes from a fire at a garage. My wife was distressed that we did not have any Cheerios on hand for their breakfast. And so it goes. But most of all, I congratulate each and every one of you graduates, and I wish you a stimulating future. I also want to convey special thanks to Jean Charest for honoring us and our first law graduating class with his inspiring address, including the lies he told about me. I thank you all for the privilege I have had serving as Chancellor of this inspirational university. Thank you very much. I now declare this convocation closed.